Vincent Lamini back here with another video. So on our session here today, we're going to talk about a few things that we're going to look at on the month of February 2020. So we're going to check out the few charts that we're going to look at for the month of February 2020. So our disclaimer reads that these videos are mainly for educational purposes. They are not trading or investment advice, so they're strictly for educational purposes. So people are responsible for either a portion or entire loss of their deposit. So do not trade money you cannot afford to lose. So on our menu today, we have Bitcoin, we have the dollar index, we have Euro dollar, we have USDJPY, we have the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, WTI oil, USD and then on the JSE we have SIRIUS, real estate, BHP, MERAFE, resources, and also SASOL, plus lastly African rainbow mineral. So if we could just look at our economic calendar right here, so we're seeing that this week we do have like some major economic events that gonna take place. On Wednesday, on Tuesday rather, we're going to be seeing the Australian retail sales number coming out, as well as the interest rates there on the Australian side is going to be coming out on Tuesday, right about 5:30 in the morning on Tuesday, as well as there's going to be on Wednesday. It's going to be a heavy day as well on Wednesday, because there's going to be the Bank of England is going to be announcing rates as well, and then as well again the same day the bank of the ECB, the European Central Bank, is going to be announcing their interest rates. So it's going to be a heavy day there for the European side, and it will be around about the time where the American market is going to be open. So, and later on that day, there's going to be as well any initial jobless claims on the USK side. So a heavy market activity that's going to take place there on Thursday. So we're going to close off the session there on Thursday, the week with the non-farm payroll on Friday, which is going to be another major key event this week as well. So if you like trading the news, there's a video there on our YouTube channel. You can check it out. It's called Trading the News. So you can just try to look at it, so you can have a picture of how you can navigate these news events, you know. So if we're looking at some earnings this week, these are going to be coming out. So we do have a couple of heavy earnings that are coming out this week from the large tech companies. So as we can see there, on Tuesday we do have like Alphabet, which is a Google parent company, that's going to be reporting some earnings. PayPal there as well, and UPS also reporting there and on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday there's going to be Meta Platforms, which is previously known as Facebook, is going to be reporting their earnings there on Wednesday. So when you move to Thursday, Amazon is going to be reporting there some their earnings. So as well as Ford, which is a Dow company, and is going to be reporting, and some other technology companies like Snap Inc. Pinterest is also going to be reporting. Unity Software is going to be reporting, as well as ST Lauder is going to be reporting. Eli Lilly, Honeywell, Nokia, they are going to be reporting as well this week. So this week is going to be very busy for currencies as well as for stocks on the earnings side there as well. So if we go to our crypto side, then we see that in the past 7 days, Bitcoin is up about 7.6%, and in the time of recording this video, Bitcoin is almost down a 0.25% there, and as well as the other cryptos as well, like Ethereum. In the past 24 hours, it's down 0.8%, and it's up 6% in the last 7 days. So if you move and look at Ethereum, it's down 2% in the past 24 hours. So I have a short position there on Ethereum. So we'll just see how that plays, how that is playing out. So if it's down 2%, so I'm sure my position is on the right track. So if we move there, we look at the Bitcoin charts now, we're seeing that the structure still remains bearish there. I'm still pretty much bearish there on Bitcoin. We might actually see Bitcoin touching the 29 level, 29k level, 29k, 30k level. Someone said to me that Bitcoin can push as low as 17,000. So that's a bit extreme, but hey, these are markets, anything can happen. So if we move on to the dollar index now, and DXY. So the US dollar there, we still have the same sentiment when it comes to the US dollar. Last week we signaled that the US dollar will push from here. On our previous in our previous weekly video, we signaled that the dollar will push from these lows to about the 97 level, and it did exactly that. And we're anticipating that it still has room to push more to 98, even as high as the $100 level. So the structure here on euro dollar, it still favors the upside. Sorry, on the dollar index, it still favors the upside. So if we are looking at euro USD, so euro dollar there, what we're seeing there on euro dollar, which is euro dollar is the opposite of the dollar index name. So the dollar, there was this rising flag that was here. So it actually broke below. So we might actually see euro dollar pushing lower, even as low to the 1.0900 level, even as low as the 1.07700 level. So the structure here on the dollar, on euro USD, still favors the downside. So if we look at USDJPY, so if we look at the dollar yen, the dollar yen is telling us here on the 4-hour chart that something like this might happen. So something like this might happen, that USDJPY is rejecting this zone. It's rejecting this zone. So when it rejects this zone, price might actually come down lower to touch this level right here. Because of this FTR candle, maybe USDJPY might find some value in this point that maybe make the market try to go push and go higher. So maybe it will complete this. This is a W formation, and now the market is pulling back, and then it might actually push higher. So depending on whether the dollar is strong, but maybe this might actually happen. So the S&P 500, SPXUSD. So on the S&P 500, what we actually saw here is that the market actually went extremely lower this previous week. So when it went extremely lower, it was because of the news events that were happening throughout the course of the week. That's why the market dropped significantly and touched the 42.71 level that we had marked previously on our charts. So after bouncing from this zone, this is what actually happened. Apple reported their earnings after the bell on Friday. So when they reported their earnings on the 27th, it was the last hour of the futures. So the market actually closed a bit higher there on the S&P because of Apple reported an up percent of their, or of 11% rather, of their revenue, 11% increase of their revenue of 123.9 billion. So Tim Cook there announced those earnings there. So when earnings grew, so Apple stock moved higher, so it dragged the whole market eventually at the last session. So we might see some positive moves here on stocks. Stocks might move higher because of those other earnings, the Amazon earnings that are coming out, the Google earnings that are coming out, the Meta platforms, which is Facebook earnings that are also coming out. Maybe if they come out positive, they might push the market to go to this level, and then maybe on Friday when we reach the NFP, stocks will actually go and move lower. So that's just what I'm just thinking, that's how the thing will actually maybe try to play out. So if we're looking at the NAS 100, which is almost a similar story with the S&P, so which is a tech heavy there, the NAS 100. So it is also going to wait for those earnings to come out. So if those earnings are actually positive, stocks are going to push higher to the 15 to 70 level, and then markets will find some sellers there on this zone, and then price will actually start to move lower, So from here to here, the 15 to 70 to 12,000, let's say 12,880 and 88. So that's close to 2,000 points. So judging from what the market has been doing, remember at the beginning of January I posted when the market was somewhere here and they traded here, and look at where we are now, and it did this thing in a couple of days. So for it to come back here and then fall down here, things are possible at the current speed and momentum how the market is actually going. So let us look at oil again, WTI, US oil. So on the oil front, we've seen that the price of oil has moved extremely higher in the past couple of weeks, and it broke out this barrier that was here at the $84 level. Now we're trading above this $84 level, so we might see oil actually pushing higher to $108, even as high as 130 or 132 US dollars. So that's basically a continuation of this reverse head and shoulder pattern that is here. Oil prices might actually explode to go higher. So on the JAA, let us look at the USD ZAR, and then we're going to look at the JSE side. So USD ZAR. So the story of USDZA, it is still the same. On the previous video, for when we do our weekly analysis, we said that price might actually bounce from the FTR candle. When it bounces from the FTR candle, the price of USDZA will go higher, and it did exactly that. So we might see USDZA pushing higher to the 1588 level, and it can push as higher as 1560, even as high as the 1750 level. So that will happen in due time, because there's a lot of rate cycle that is happening around the world so markets are in a rate cycle. So we are going to adjust to a new normal as the weeks go on, from now up until March 16, when the Fed actually announces their interest rates. If it's either it's going to be 25 basis points or it's going to be 50 basis points. So it will depend on them how much the rates will go higher. So on the JSE side, we're going to look at SIRIUS real estate. Okay, so SIRIUS real estate is a global real estate company. It focuses on retail and real estate rentals and all those things, and also focuses on commercial real estate as well. So since the whole world is in a rate cycle, so I thought I should look at an international real estate company. So this one came to mind, and I've been looking at it for a couple of weeks now. So we might actually see this company bouncing off this zone here and moving higher to the 30 rand level, and then 35, 34 rand, as high as let's say 40 bucks right here, yeah, and as high as 40 bucks right here. So this is basically the height of this pattern times 2. So this is just our target right here. So the next one we need to look at is BHP. I think it's BHP. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, BHP, MERAFE, and then SASO. BHP. So by looking at BHP, why am I looking at BHP? Because oil prices are going higher, so I think resources are also going to be in demand. Resources like coal, resources like aluminium, resources like or chrome, resources like all those things, manganese, all those things that are dug from the ground. Those things are going to be on demand in the next couple of weeks. So I thought of BHP, since it's a global multinational company from Australia, but it is listed here in South Africa and also have major operations here in South Africa, right there in Richards Bay as well as in Mpumalanga. In Richards Bay, they have South 32, which is also a sister company to BHP Billiton. So we might actually see BHP moving higher to 524, even as high as 570, and as high as 640. So if you look at MERAFE, so MERAFE Resources has been a rock star since the last year. So we entered this position, I think roundabout here. Yeah, roundabout here, and we've rode this wave of MERAFE. We've never letting it go, and now we are actually seeing a further continuation of this move. So this has been a penny stock now. It's trading above 1 rand now, and we are targeting 2 rand there. So we might actually move extremely higher there on MERAFE. So looking at SASOL, So SASOL there, what we might actually see there on SASOL is, so SASOL is going to move in line with what oil is doing and other commodities are doing, right? So we've seen SASOL it moved to close to which was close to 21 rands, 15 rand down on March 23, 2020. But since then it has quadrupled in price, ne? And on Friday's closed, it closed roughly at about 342 rand a share. So I'm anticipating that SASOL might actually go higher from that level and reaching this high, which was here, which was 463, and its all-time high, which was 580. So we might actually see SASOL going down there. So the last one this we are going to look at is African Rainbow Mineral. So let us look at the African Rainbow Mineral, not the investment, the mineral one. So what we're seeing here, that since this is a resources stock, so we might actually see price bouncing on this zone right here. So we might see price bounce here and move as high as the 30 rand level, even as high as the 38 or 40 bucks level. So that's just about all the things that we are going to look at in this week, or in the beginning of February. We are much more likely to focus on real estate, and we are much more likely to focus on resources, stocks and companies as well. So until we have a clear picture of what's actually happening there on the market. So daily stocks, it's still 550. Gentleman's Club is 550, and then for both forex and stocks it's 850. So if you want to get in touch with us, guys, you can contact us on TradingView, _Lamini, and then on socials, Stocks for Hope. Please go and like our page, and also, guys, please like and share this YouTube channel so we can grow. When we grow, we do better things, and then we do big things as well. So on Twitter, my personal handle is Stocks for Hope, and then so the business handle is Stocks for Hope, and then my personal handle it's _Lamini. So the disclaimer there, guys, remember these videos are for educational purposes, not trading and investment advice. So thank you. I'll definitely see you on the next video. Take it easy and God bless.